Welcome back. So, in front of you is a 1939 to 46 exhibit of Hank Greenberg. This is the Truly Yours variation, and it is incredibly common. I have multiple copies of it myself. You can readily find them on eBay and basically anywhere exhibits of this vintage are sold. The slightly more difficult version is the Very Truly Yours, which I don't have one out to show you. I have multiple copies of that. Again, it's harder than this one, but it's still plentiful. There's still a bunch of copies out. These are blank backs. Nothing crazy, and they're very inexpensive. And this is really the only one of two exhibits that I'm aware of that Hank has. If you count this and the other variation as one example. One of the cards I've had on my target list, on the Greenberg bucket list, if you will, for quite some time, is a 1938 exhibit 4-in-1. I haven't seen one, or I haven't had the opportunity to purchase one. There's, I think, been one listed over the last several years on eBay. Unfortunately, I didn't see it until after the fact. But Brian got that, and he didn't have one or B-Raw6 got it, and he didn't have one for his collection. So that's all good. And I still really haven't seen one or had the opportunity to buy one on eBay. But thankfully, there was one made available on Facebook, and I guess on Twitter or Instagram or one of those other sites I really don't use a whole lot. But Facebook I use quite frequently. And that is the 1938 exhibit 4-in-1. This is a monster of a Greenberg card. It's a monster of a card, period. This set is incredibly difficult. You can find some of the 38 4-in-1s on eBay right now. Not of this caliber of player, as Greenberg of that time is particularly expensive, especially now. And rarely will you find them in a grade such as this. To give you an example of the rarity, so the total number of these cards slabbed by PSA of any condition is 6. There are only 2 higher than this grade. Now, I've had to trade quite a lot. I had to spend quite a lot. It is the most I've ever spent on a card, even with the trades added in. I've traded quite a bit in the past for other cards, and the values may have been similar, but I never had to go out of pocket for those. This is the first time I've really bought a comic card for the PC outright. And it really came down to, with how few of these there are out there, it's likely one of the few times, if only time, I will have the opportunity to add this card. Especially with someone who's willing to take less cash and add some trade fodder to it. At the end of the day, we both made out well. I was still in the black on everything I traded. So the amount of money didn't equal the reduction on this piece. I was still in a good spot on those cards. I only had to give up 2 other Greenberg cards, and they're both duplicates I had already planned on selling anyway. So it had really no impact on my personal collection. There's no other PC items involved, and I'm just able to add just an absolutely tremendous card. So taking a closer look, obviously Greenberg there, Rudy York, who's underrated especially in looking back, Tommy Bridges, and Charlie Gehringer. Blank back. Just a phenomenal card, and I have to thank both Brian B. Ross 6 and Michael Jericho 941 IMI for their help with this. Brian brought the card to my attention, and Michael helped facilitate the deal in helping to front a little bit of cash until I was able to recoup, sell a few things, and repay him. So, again, tremendous help from my fellow Greenberg addicts, also known as collectors. And is definitely staying in my collection and knocks a huge card off the list that I need for my Greenberg PC. And this basically leaves me with one major card that I'm going after, which, if it should ever pop up, and that is the 34 Anise Furs for Greenberg. I'll consider my collection pretty complete at that point. Not to say it's done, because there's also some harder cards and items I could add. But the Anise Furs will really be the one I want to go after, hopefully next. We'll have to wait and see, and hopefully one pops up. For the 38 exhibits, there's also one other card I need from that set. I have seen one for sale and had the opportunity to buy and didn't pull the trigger, unfortunately. And that is the Phillies version with Chuck Klein and, most importantly, Morris Arnovich. So hopefully I see another one of those pop up. It's probably going to take a while. But I'd love to add that card to the collection, to the Arnovich collection. But this is the monster that I didn't expect to see come up. Didn't expect to have a chance to buy it. Thankfully, I've been curbing a lot of my spending on PC items. So I was able to allocate a greater portion of those funds to this card, and I still had a lot of things I was able to sell quickly to raise more funds I needed to buy this card. And I still had inventory I could trade away at the same time to knock that price down. So monster card added to the Greenberg collection, because I didn't have enough rarities in the collection. But now I have this one, and it's a huge item off of my list of one of the lofty goals I set for this year in the PC, and really happy I was able to get it done early. Spent more than I was hoping, but again, it's an opportunity was unlikely to present itself, but it did, and I was able to take advantage of it. So thank you to Brian and to Michael, and that is what I got for you this time around. Until next time, please remember to collect what you enjoy what you collect, and don't let anybody, especially the market or a YouTuber, dictate that to you. And most importantly, have fun. Have fun by being active in this community. So find your way of participating, whether it's making videos, watching, commenting, going to live streams, group chats, going to your LCS or local card show, or simply taught the hobby with family and friends. The more you put into it, the more you'll get out of it. The more you'll learn, the more your PC will grow, the more people you'll meet, and the more fantastic friendships you'll form. So I thank you very much for joining me. Hope to see you again. Have a good one, and bye for now.